little bit loud outside. I'm gonna try and do this as simple and as fast as I can, but today I'll be going over my May budget, my May money diaries, and letting you guys know just how much I spent on the past 3 days moving here. So if you're new here, I am Diana. I am a registered dental hygienist who shows like the behind the scenes of my life here on YouTube and kind of talk about budgeting and making money moves. If you're interested in sticking around, thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so I feel like I say it all the time, if you're new here, I use You Need a Budget. You can watch my other videos where I go into more detail about it, but I use You Need a Budget to budget my paychecks and everything. I've been on a kind of long-term journey of paying off my debt. Grand total, I started off with around $72,000. I've paid off about $26,000 now, and I've paid off my consumer debt, and now all that's left is just my 0% interest student loans. So I have no real motivating push to pay that off quickly. I'd rather use that money to invest in other areas like stocks. That is why my debt journey has kind of slowed down a little bit, but if anything changes, I'll let you know. Anyway, moving. So it cost me quite a bit, and I will say I was very impulsive in some areas. I knew I had the money in my categories, so it wasn't necessarily like a good thing of me to have that mindset where I was like, I have the money in other categories so I can like move things around, which is what I ended up having to do. But I also think I severely underestimated just how much moving costs. There's a lot of things that I would do differently next time I move. Let me just quickly go over the numbers here. I have my laptop here, so if you see me staring down, that's what I'm looking at. So I had sat down and just kind of gone through all my transactions, and that took me a while because of the move. I was not keeping on top of the transactions, and there was a lot of things. So originally I had just put everything that I bought under the moving category here, just so that I can see exactly how much I spent the past 4 days. So the total amount for my move cost $1,851.49. So that included all the household items that I needed: toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, vacuum, moving, like that included everything. So once I got that number, I just wanted to have it all calculated out for my own knowledge. And then I went back to the transactions and split them apart and assigned majority of the items purchased in the right categories. So my groceries is gonna, I've spent a lot this month on groceries. Normally my average spent is $233.62. This month, I have already spent $519.34, and there is still a month left to go. And then I also used a lot of the money that I had in my home decor and miscellaneous categories to cover the extra costs because I didn't have enough money in there. So yeah, I am left with nothing in my miscellaneous, home decor, clothing and shoes. There was like $2 left in my books category, something like that. So I used all those extra little bits to cover the cost. Also, because I've moved to a new area, it's closer to work, so I'm driving less than 18 kilometers to work or something like that. My insurance, if I stayed where I was for the amount that I was driving, it was going to increase from $191 to $220 is what the notice told me. But now I've managed to bring it down to $162, so that saved me quite a bit. Once that payment goes through, I'll have a bit of extra money, and I can probably use that for groceries for the upcoming week if I need it. Because right now I'm sitting at $0 and I get paid on Friday. I have enough food, it's fine. It's just I don't like having that category completely empty. And I'm not stressed for money. Like I have almost a month and a half's worth of rent saved up. I have almost my whole emergency fund saved up. I didn't have to touch that. which I'm happy about. I still have $20 left in my condo savings, money in all these like other areas that I can move around, which is what I really love about You Need a Budget. Just makes it easy for me to visually see where that money can be allotted to, and they make it just super simple. So spending that money in one weekend was definitely anxiety inducing a bit, but I did also kind of just let myself deal with other things because moving in itself is stressful enough. So I just decided that I wasn't going to stress about it because I had the money and I knew I wasn't spending thousands and thousands of dollars on random shit. Like all this stuff is stuff that I need, and whether I bought it this weekend or the next weekend or the weekend after that, like I was gonna get it eventually. None of the stuff that I got was unnecessary. It was all needed, and that's kind of one of the great things about being out of debt. I'm still in debt kind of, but having to not worry about where your money is going to come from and having that extra money to fall back on is like everything that I went to back to school for, was to like relieve that stress. My money feels pretty okay. I'm happy with it. I thought after sitting down and figuring out all the transactions that I would be pretty stressed out after and upset. You know, even though there's construction outside and I don't have a couch yet, hasn't been delivered yet, and it might not be for a little while. I am more than anything just like really proud of myself, getting myself to this point. What does that mean for me in the future, in terms of like what's my next goal? Well, obviously my next big purchase would be to buy a place, but I am always contemplating, do I need to go back to school for something? Should I start that process slowly? I always need something to look forward to. Once I have figured that out, obviously I will let you guys know, take you for the ride. Of course, I'm pretty content with life at the moment, but I am always looking for something to keep me motivated and keep me going. And I think kind of decorating my place to the way that I want it will be my next goal, I guess, that I'll be working on. And then I also now have really not that many excuses to stop me from filming YouTube videos because I have my own place now. I don't have to hide in my room or film in my car as much, right? So what's worked for me this month is You Need a Budget. Of course, that has saved the day and making sure that I did not go crazy. Having a bit of a cooler head, I guess, when going into stores and shopping for stuff. I managed to talk myself out of buying a Dyson, a $600 vacuum for a $200 vacuum that I'm so far really happy with. Obviously there's some pros and cons, but whatever. I managed to save some money that way. I just hope it lasts as long, or at least a couple of years, and I feel like I've gotten my money's worth. Some things that I probably need to work on is, yes, I got a Costco membership and I really want to be going there every day, to be honest. I had purposely said that I wasn't gonna leave today because I didn't want to spend any money, and I knew I'd somehow find my way out at Costco and just buying unnecessary stuff and then eventually dipping into my emergency fund. So that is the one area that I need to kind of work on and set a limit of how many times I actually go to Costco, and maybe just work on being a little bit more thoughtful of some of my grocery purchases. I've talked about it a little bit before, but I have a hard time grocery shopping. So I was thinking of going back to just doing online orders for a majority of the stuff and picking it up, just so that I can really plan things out and not just buy things on a whim and then also forget a bunch of stuff. That part's annoying. I basically kind of black out when I go into grocery stores because I just have so much anxiety about that. So yeah, I need to work on that and go back to what worked for me before, which was doing some online shops. And you might say, well, Diana, just have a list of things that you need. It doesn't work for me that way. I just completely forget that I even have it. My brain just wanders off. I definitely need to, yeah, just work on that and slow down on the purchases. I don't plan on making any other big purchases until my couch comes. other than bar stools, because I think I'm gonna go insane sitting on my patio chairs here or my bed for the next month or so. If it takes the whole amount of time that they said it would, if it takes them the full 12 weeks to make my couch, then I won't get it till the end or middle of July, near the end of July. So yeah, I'm definitely on the hunt for some bar stools that I like but won't break the bank, and I kind of want them soon because I don't really want to be, yeah, only having 2 places to sit. Anyway, that is my May money diaries. If you guys want a tour of my place, I can do that for you guys for one of my videos in the future. I'm just not sure if you guys are interested in any of that. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below and I can do that for you. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.